right, chosen ones, welcome back. Welcome back to another episode on Atonicus Aurelius Motivates. Today is March the 5th, 2026. Back out here again. You know what time it is out here in this matrix. Just trying to survive out here in this illusion we're all in. They got us all in. Hey, I just wanted to tell y'all, chosen ones, man, for real, man. Straight up. Make sure that right now, at this time we are in, you stay low key and don't tell nobody about nothing what you got going on if it's something good for yourself. If God done blessed you with something, make sure that you stay low key and don't tell nobody nothing about what you got going on, because as I had already said before, the spiritual warfare right now is very, very intense, and it's only increasing and getting worse, especially now that we see tensions rising all over the world with this time we're in right now and the war that's going on and everything like that. And make sure that you keep a spirit of gratitude every day and be thankful for what you have. If you have food, if you have shelter, and you have a place to stay. Because those kind of things right now at this time are getting more scarce, especially in different areas around the world. And there's a whole lot of suffering going on in the world. You already know, chosen one. There's a whole lot of suffering going on in different parts of the world where people are really having hard times. I heard about things about Cuba this morning, and I had already heard things mentioned about them before. But that country is ruled by an evil dictatorship. But I don't know who's more evil, the people, there, or our own country for cutting them off from their supplies and oil and everything like that. Because they're literally cooking their food on wood, and their power is out and stuff like that. And so we already know, man, this is what the devil wants for everybody on the earth right now. It's like, this is the type of thing the devil, Satan, wants for everybody on the earth. He wants everybody to be suffering, to have nothing. And you already know, chosen one, he will use anyone to come against you to take what little you have. You already know, because you've experienced dealing with a lot of these people who carry these spirits that are demonic, and they only want to come into your life to cause chaos and controversy. But I'm out here today with the full armor on, Ephesians 6:10-18. Got to make sure we keep it on. Got to make sure we are staying vigilant to make sure that we stay focused on handling the most important aspects of our lives and keeping ourselves safe at this time. We have to just, we have to use our heads, we have to use our minds. We have to think about everything we do. And it's getting harder and harder, man, because, I was just thinking today, and I'm just going to pull off right here real quick and just talk for a minute on the side of right here in this parking lot where I'm at. But I watch my surroundings before I talk very much. I just like to know what's all around me, who's moving around me, and all of that. All right, so it looks like I'm pretty straight right here, right now. But I was just thinking, man, like, you know, as things continue to pop off around the world with all this evil and everything, and as we know they're working towards the beast system and all that, it's really getting to be to where you have to make wise decisions, the wisest decisions you can possibly make. So make sure that you're praying to God that you're making the wisest decisions with every decision that you make. Make sure you're continuing to pray to do that right now at this time, because, you know, there's a lot of different scenarios that could happen. And when you start thinking about these things, this can kind of like work on your mind to get you to overthink, because, you know, you're always trying to be prepared. You want to be prepared for whatever, because you never know. You just never know, right? So all I'm saying, man, is as we see these things continue to progressively happen around the world, where there's so much suffering and there's so much other things that could happen, it makes you really think and be appreciative of what God has already given you and blessed you with. Remember to always show thankfulness and gratitude to the Most High every day, because you never know how fast things can turn on a dime. You know, you never know, man. You never know. And so just make sure that you know what I'm saying, just think about that, because I'm telling y'all, you know, we just don't realize sometimes how blessed we are. We just don't realize sometimes how blessed we are, how fortunate many of us are. We just don't realize that. And there's so many others in need, you know. There's so many others in need all over the world, because of the hands of these wicked ones, these wicked and evil ones who have brought all this chaos on the planet. And these are all the leaders and the authorities, Ephesians 6:12. They're bringing about all this chaos on the planet. And yeah, as we see, things are not the same no more. Like I had said before, people are not the same. The situation is completely different in America and all over the whole world. It's been changing rapidly, and time is speeding up, because I know the devil knows his time is running short. And so he's trying to drag as many people down with him as possible. And we know all this, you know. We know all this. That's the reason why we are alert. That's the reason why we had to cut most of the people off who was trying to drag us down. We had to cut them off. They were no good for us. They were never meant for us. They went out from us, so that showed that they were not for us. They left us. And I was just reading a verse somewhere in 1 John 2 about that. Because you're not of this world, chosen one. You know, you're not of this world. We're different. Like I said, we are different. We're just here doing our work, what we came to do. Hold up 1 second. Hold up, I'm going to be right back with you, Chosen One. All right, Chosen One, so welcome back. And like I was saying before, you know, we are just here to do our work. You know, our assignment, what we came to do, man. That's the reason why we're space aliens. We're like space aliens on this planet. They couldn't never see us because we're not of this world, you know. They could never see us. But we know that, man. We understand that. We have a clear understanding of that. We have to understand a lot of things, man. We have to understand a lot of things right now. Understanding our situation as an individual and our identity in Christ is the most important thing at this time right now. When we know who we are, you know, then we are able to strategize differently. We feed on the word. This time right now in my life personally, I gotta tell y'all, Chosen Ones, you know, I've been more hungry for the word during this time of my life than I've ever been before. You know, it's just been a time like no other time. And we know that this time is unprecedented. We know it's unprecedented, all the things that's going on in the world and that's been occurring makes it like obvious to everyone that this is the end times, and we know that. And so we who have confessed the name of Christ and believed on his name, and who are not, you know, we are not all religious and stuff like that. We're spiritual beings, you know. We're not all into organized religion or nothing like that. We are just, well, we came from that. Maybe we were in that at one time, you know what I mean? But we're not religious people. We're just followers of Christ. It's basically like disciples of Christ. And if we remember about what all they had to go through, you know, to follow our Lord and Savior, it was a lot they had to go through. They were always being persecuted. Paul was in chains, even in the word. You know, many of the prophets were stoned to death or killed. Stephen was stoned in the book of Acts. So you can literally die over, you know, your faith, man, and it's a whole different, like, but you know you're with the Lord. It's a whole different life when you really live for the truth, speak the truth, stand for the truth, and uphold the truth and live the truth. You know, when you do that, you definitely become an enemy of the kingdom of darkness, and they know who you are. They target you. They see your light in the world of darkness. They see you, and they have to do everything in their power to try to stop you. So you've been going through all these malicious attacks, which are deviant. You've been going through, many of you, suffering for the truth because you won't conform. You won't join the organizations. You became awakened to the whole matrix. You unplugged from it. and you think outside the box. You don't go along to get along. And it's really caused a lot of problems in your life because of this. But we know that the word told us that we would have problems in this life. That while we were here, we would have problems. And we know that what the Lord told us, that he didn't come to bring peace, but to bring a sword. That mother would be turned against father. Mother would be turned against son against father, brother, sister, all of that. Mother, daughter, all of that turned against one another. This is the reason why many of your family members you found out was fake, chosen one. And as in my case, many of my family members chose to remain in the religion of Mormonism. And so that was something, I had to come out of and all of that. And so a lot of you have family members in different religions, Jehovah's Witness and stuff, which we know a lot of these religions are based on false doctrines with false prophets heading to religions, and Masons and stuff like that, Freemasons. And we see that, we know that, we see that, we know that. That's the reason why we're different. That's the reason why we're different, chosen one. We can't be the same as them, and we never will be. But like I said though, man, in this video, I was just wanting to say, man, make sure whatever you got going on for yourself right now, chosen one, make sure you keep it on the DL. Make sure you continue to just handle you and put God first every morning. Keep yourself in alignment. And whatever you got to do to just avoid the things that open doorways. Once you've done closed all the doorways for the enemy, don't do anything to reopen the doorways. And keep your full armor on. Because he will use any kind of way. He's always searching for a way in. But we know this now. We know that there's traps out here set for us by the powers that be. We know they're watching us. We know that the monitoring spirits are here. They're all over the place. They're embodying different human beings and stuff like that. The enemy is working through them against us. You can't, you can't just let anyone too close. And if you do, you have to use your very good discernment, because they will set you up. They will set you up. They've already done it. They have. They've tried to bring you down. They've tried to destroy you, to take your very last. Many of these people were the people who you gave your very last to help, because that's the type of person you are. You would give your shirt off your back to a lot of people just because that's the spirit that the Most High put in you. You've just been that type of person. You want to help others. You want to see others do well. You want to help others, encourage others to grow. You want to see others succeed. And you wanted them to succeed with you, but they couldn't never succeed with you because they just was not on your level, chosen one. They just was not on your level. They have to stay in that low vibration. They feed on the negative energy that's being propagated through the that's being fed to them through their endless scrolling. And this is what most of them do. They never read. They endlessly scroll. They keep their head in the TV or on a video game. They play too many games. They want to play games with you. That's the reason why I said, man, just this is the season right now. Like I said, for real, man. Stay low key. Keep your business to yourself. Don't tell nobody about what you're doing, where you're going. Keep your movements unpredictable. Don't leave your house at the same set time every day. And don't go everywhere on the same day. Just go where you got to go. And then when you get there, get whatever you got to get and keep it moving. Get whatever you got to get and keep it moving. And if people try to come at you sideways or from a different side, always be alert and vigilant, thinking who sent them. Asking yourself, who sent this person? Ask yourself that question every time. But anyway, man, I hope this helped one of y'all out today, chosen one. I'm back out here again. And I'm going to keep on moving, man, as long as I can. I'm handling some business, running some errands this morning for my mom's. I got to keep her straight. I'm holding everything down right now. It's a serious thing to have to just, handle a lot of things on your own with God, with the Most High. But you got to do what you got to do, chosen one. So, and always remember that. Always know that He's with you. As long as you stay with Him, He is with you, protecting you and guiding you, to whatever you got to do. Because you got to do a lot of things and ain't nobody coming to save you. Once you know that, then you only depend on Him. You don't depend on none of these fakes and these snakes no more. You don't. And you watch out for all of them. Stay safe, chosen one, like I said, man. But anyway, peace, love, light, joy to you all. Keep fighting, man. Stay in the fight, man. Keep doing your thing, man. They don't care nothing about you. Most of these people don't care nothing about you. They're opportunists. Remember that. Think with your head. Move and do what you got to do, but still think with your head. So until the next one, I'm going to catch y'all on the next one, all right? Peace. I'm out.